With a strong work ethic from an early age, with the ability to envision the future, with the hard work and execution principles learned through team sports, Albert L. Prillaman, Roanoke College class of 1968, has served his college, business, and community well.
Roanoke College gave a lot to us, and we're just trying to give something back, and we're very pleased to be able to do that.
A humble, effective, compassionate, and productive leader. That's Albert.
I am definitely a better person for the example that he set for me.
Albert can go and sit at anybody's table, have a dinner or a lunch with them, and when Albert leaves, he becomes a member of the family.
It was an adventure, and I got to go with him so many places I would not have gotten to go.
Albert grew up in Bassett, Virginia, where his father ran a service station. He began working at the age of 13. Albert was a talented and dedicated basketball player all through high school. With the help of his high school coach, Dick Leftwich, a Roanoke College alumni himself, both Albert and his brother Butch received athletic scholarships to Roanoke College.
Receiving the scholarship was very important to me because my parents didn't have the financial means to just select a college. So it was a real opportunity for me and very important for the rest of my life. So I'm very grateful for that and what Dick Leftwich did, Coach Leftwich, and what Roanoke College provided me with the opportunity that changed my life. There's no question about that.
It was my first head coaching job in college, and then we did have some success, went on and won the Mason-Dixon tournament, participated in the NCAA for the first time for Roanoke, and Albert had tremendous work ethic, leadership skills, communication skills, and was a big part of our success.
Albert and Carol, his high school sweetheart, made the ultimate team commitment. The pair was married their freshman year. Carol transferred from Mary Baldwin on an academic scholarship to Roanoke College to be close to her husband and help him hit the books.
I guess I got to practice being a teacher long before I had any, before it was my job, it was my job. So it was fun, wasn't it? Well, and we also had a few basketball players who couldn't pass Spanish. So that was real good for our pocketbooks too, because by the time you got to be a senior, if you hadn't passed Spanish, you would pay most anything to be tutored.
Marriage and Roanoke's rigorous curriculum wasn't the only journey Albert and Carol embarked on at Roanoke. Their daughter Leanne was born their junior year.
We got by on a shoestring, but it worked, and it could only work at Roanoke College where you could get so much personal attention.
Even a couple of assistant professors would come over and babysit, and especially Maime Patterson. She was a big help to us, a really big help.
Albert took the baby to practice. And that was the funniest thing because then he had built-in babysitters. The ones who were not practicing at the moment, they took care of Leanne, and she never cried. She just had a good time.
After graduating together from Roanoke College, Albert and Carol returned home to begin the next chapter of their life. Stanley Furniture began as a family-owned and operated business in Bassett, Virginia in the 1920s. In 1969, the company gave Prillaman an opportunity as a factory trainee. Albert would infuse the holistic education he received from Roanoke College into his new career at Stanley. Valuable characteristics like how to work as a team to accomplish a goal, treating people with the respect they deserve, dedication, and a strong work ethic. Prillaman rose through the ranks, and in 1988, he was named chairman, CEO, and president of Stanley Furniture at a tender age of 37.
Very enjoyable to see how people could do better, and you were trying to provide the leadership that they could do better.
I think that he's an example of somebody who got the best of what Roanoke had to offer in terms of teaching you to think about your community, to think about how you use your skills for good in the world, and to do it in a capitalist environment.
You watch him walk through a factory, and it's an emotional thing for me because people just, they stop what they're doing, they put down their tools, they go, and they gravitate to him like anything it's just something you've never seen. It's because of They know the sacrifices he's made for the area, and it's hard not to get emotional when you talk about it.
In 1999, under Prillaman's leadership, Stanley Furniture reached sales exceeding $260 million, distributed furniture domestically and internationally to 3,500 stores, and employed over 2,500 workers.
There are just countless people that had an hourly wage, that didn't have a college education, and in so many cases didn't have a high school education. The factory jobs allowed them to put their kids through college, to touch that many families and that many people, you know, roughly 5,000 to 8,000 people, depending on how you do the math. Is really huge.
But what's closest to Albert's heart are the decades of forging a family atmosphere at Stanley, the anonymous giving to his community, and pushing to bridge the gap between cultures in a racially turbulent time.
Albert's idea was, just because it's always been this way doesn't mean it has to stay this way. Integration came, and it didn't come easy. People had to be drugged to it, and there were community centers that had to be integrated, and there were people who had to be treated fairly, and things that had to be changed, and he did it.
When they first integrated the rec center at Stanleytown, well, one of the things that happened then, the meeting that was held to do that was held at Stanley Furniture Company at night for the voters of that to say, okay, let's do this.
Stanleytown Recreation Center was integrated far sooner than any other, and that was with his leadership and his connection with the community leaders of different races. Because he had worked with those people in the factory, he was able to pull those people together and make that happen.
Community leader, husband, successful CEO, father, teammate, philanthropist. Roanoke College is proud to award the 2011 medal to Albert L. Prillaman.
He took his college experience and turned it into something much more profound after he left here. And I think for anybody looking at Roanoke College now as a student, this is the kind of person you want to emulate in your life and do the kinds of things that he did to fully realize what an education should be like and what the impact it should have on the world.